DirectFix.com presents the iPhone 4 screen replacement directions. Warning, this content is intended to be used for informational and entertainment purposes only. You're using these video directions and its content at your own risk. AX Microsolution Inc. makes no representation, warranties, or condition of any kind, express or implied. Following these directions on this video will void your warranty. You're performing this repair at your own risk. Please be sure to visit us on the web at DirectFix.com. At checkout, use discount code YouTube7 for 7% off your first order. Using a SIM removal tool, please remove the SIM tray and the SIM from the unit. Using a mini Phillips screwdriver, remove the two screws on the bottom of the unit. Sliding the back cover up slightly, you'll be able to pull it up and take the back cover off the unit. Using a mini Phillips screwdriver, remove the screw that's holding the battery connector in place. You're now going to gently lift up the battery connector from the motherboard. Pulling the battery tab up will help to remove the battery from the unit. It is kind of glued in, so you have to pull a little bit hard. You're now going to remove 5 screws that are holding a shield in place. With the screws removed, you'll be able to lift the shield up, but be careful, there are 2 hinges that are holding the shield in place. The shield loops under and into these little insert hinges. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 2 screws over the shield from the connector. You can now remove the shield. With the shield removed, you can now pop the connector up away from the motherboard. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 2 screws that are holding the vibrating motor in place. Using a case opener tool, you're now going to lift up the 5 connectors that are connected to the motherboard. You don't need to do them in any particular order, but be careful when you're lifting them up. Using the case opener tool, you're now going to lift the connector that connects the camera. Once the connector is lifted up, you'll be able to remove the camera. Lifting the ribbon cable that's on the motherboard all the way up will expose a screw that needs to be removed. Using a small Phillips screwdriver, remove the 2 screws, one that you just exposed and the other one on the side of the unit that is over the speaker housing. With the screws removed, you'll now be able to lift out the speaker housing. Watch out, there is still a speaker connector wire attached to the motherboard that will need to be disconnected. Using a small flat blade screwdriver, pop the connector up carefully. Underneath the water sensor at the edge of the motherboard is a screw that you'll need to remove. Using a flat blade screwdriver, there is one more screw that needs to be removed before you can remove the motherboard. With all the screws removed, you will now be able to lift out the motherboard carefully. In order to remove the screen, you're going to have to remove 10 screws. There are 6 large screws on the side of the unit, 3 on each side, that have washers. There are also 4 small screws, 1 in each corner, that need to be removed. With the screws removed, and now using a case opener tool on the front of the unit, start running it along the edge of the screen and the frame to loosen the connections. When lifting the screen out, try to lift upward. Be careful, there is adhesive tape that is holding the screen in place to a metal frame. Make sure to run the cables through the frame before removal. Please be sure to click the link on the right side of the screen to take you to our website, directfix.com, for all your parts and accessory needs.